So I went on Amazon and I ordered some brand new traction bar mounting brackets because the ones on the other truck are welded on. I don't feel like cutting them off. These were like 40 bucks or something like that. Maybe a little bit more expensive, I don't know. But I bought some new ones. They are 1/4 inch thick, and this Harbor Freight welder, it claims to weld up to 3/16. So it's a little underpowered for this. I don't expect it to even weld this thing, even produce some good welds on this thing. I gotta weld this plate onto here, and it's giving me, you know, a good gap to weld into. I know I'm not gonna burn through this, even running it with it running off of 110 power. So we're gonna go ahead and try it out. If it doesn't work, then I'll just take this to Mike's house. He has a Hobart welder, MIG welder. This is flux core, and that thing should definitely burn through this. But I want to be able to get the traction bars mounted up, and right now I just have them zip tied. So I'm gonna go ahead, just tack this in place real quick, and then try to lay a bead down the side and see how it does. If it does good, if it welds it, I may end up just trying to weld it with this welder onto the truck. But if it doesn't do good, then we'll have to figure out another way to get these welded onto the truck. Looks all right. So for this welder only being able to weld supposedly up to 3/16 steel, this is 1/4 inch like I said, and it did pretty good. I'm not sure how the penetration is, but it looks good. This side came out a lot better than this side because I went up a little bit higher on my C's. I'm gonna have to do one more pass on this side just to build it up a little bit, but for the most part, $100 welder, hey man, it's doing pretty good. So here they are, fresh off the press. Obviously, I am not a professional welder, never went to school for welding, just been teaching myself. So if it doesn't look good, I think they look pretty good. They're not bird shit welds. It came out pretty good. Might have to just fill in a little bit more right there. But they turned out good. So I'm just gonna wait for these to cool down a little bit, just so I can handle them without burning myself. And then we'll go ahead, grind down the frame a little bit and weld these to the frame. So I'm mocking up these traction bars. Passenger side is going on great. No issues whatsoever, goes right up to the frame. The driver's side, there's a little bit of an issue, but let me show you what I'm talking about. At first glance, you may think, oh, what's the problem? There's no issue, looks like it's fine. Well, right there, that tank is right in the way of me welding that one side. So for the driver's side, what I think I'm gonna have to do is just weld the 3 sides for now, and then come back another day, drop the tank. I don't feel like dropping the tank right now, so I'm not gonna be dropping the fuel tank to get to that last side, that inside railing. So we're just gonna weld the 3 sides and call it good for now, and then later on we'll drop the tank and weld that other side up. So I can tell what you guys are thinking right now. Is homeboy really welding onto the frame with a Harbor Freight welder? The answer to that is yes, I did. And I know that probably wasn't the best thing to do, because if that bracket falls off, I am gonna learn a valuable lesson not to use a Harbor Freight welder. And if you guys don't know, if that track bar breaks, lands on the ground, and I hit something, it's throwing my ass up in the air, and I'm gonna completely wreck. So yes, I know I use a Harbor Freight welder to weld those brackets onto the frame. I left just enough room to lay another bead on top of that. So if this truck makes it to Mike's house, we will go ahead and throw another bead on top of there, connecting the bracket and the frame even stronger. So we are ready to drive this thing. The only stuff that I'm taking with me is 3 quarts of ATF and whatever miscellaneous tools I have still in the truck. I cleaned out the truck, but I still have some tools in there, and a tow strap and a funnel. So let's see how this goes. See how she does. So we are gonna load just the daily tune, so it's nothing crazy. I don't wanna put strain on this transmission without me knowing how it drives first. So actually we'll throw it on the Eco Tune Quadzilla. And it's hot in here, holy shit. That's what I get for not having any AC. I'm not gonna be able to turn worth anything, because 22x14s on 35s on a semi-leveled 2-wheel drive truck. Come on, baby, go in reverse. I got no filter on this thing, on the turbo, so hopefully I don't suck in anything. I'm gonna wait until there's like no cars coming. And it's not shifting out of first. Does not want to shift out of like first or second, whatever gear I'm in, I don't know. They don't want to shift out of it. Dang, this suspension kills. Alright, so it acted like it didn't want to shift out of gear. I'm not sure how fast I was going. I wasn't really paying attention to the speed. I was mainly looking at the RPMs because it was around about 2,500 RPM. Just didn't want to shift. We'll try it again here. I got a line of cars coming. I want to say I should probably turn around right here and head back home before I get into town and something happens in town. But I want to see if it will shift. Because if it can shift, I think it'll drive fine. Just don't know why it's not shifting. Could be the valve body. I don't know. Smelling transmission fluid. Not leaking anything yet. Dude, this thing is about to get cut the hell off. This thing is annoying. Alright, I'm gonna turn around and just head back home before I get too far, probably a quarter mile down the road. And I'll probably end up pulling this transmission and replacing a couple things. So yeah, let's head back home and hopefully trans don't blow up. It's at 97 degrees right now, so. See if I can even get out of first gear, or even get it into first gear, you know? Shift. Shift, baby. Shift. Come on, shift. My speedometer don't even work, so I can't even tell how fast I'm going. Yeah, one shift out of first gear because I went in first gear manually and I put it in second and it didn't shift. So we got to figure out why it's not going out of first gear. But there it is, a lot of questions to be answered. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm Dippin Diesel and I'm out. Peace.